Hi there, Raul here, and I'm back with another stock tips video. If you are a stock contributor and are looking for ways to improve your sales potential, then watch this video and others I've posted on my channel. Please hit that subscribe button if you find value in my videos. This week's video covers the topic of shooting signs for your stock portfolio. Signs? Yes, you can improve your sales potential by shooting something as simple as a sign. When I started shooting stock 13 years ago, I primarily shot landscapes, some buildings and architecture, and lifestyle type images. If you watch my top tips for stock photography video, I reference myself as a generalist stock contributor, meaning that I shoot all types of stock. One day back in 2009, I visited Miami Beach to photograph the Art Deco hotels, which are frequent sellers in my portfolio. I saw a street sign overhead and I thought, wow, maybe I should take a pic of that sign with that classic Art Deco hotel architecture in the background. It was very interesting. Here's the image I captured. I uploaded the image to the agencies and to my surprise, it immediately started to sell. I thought, wow, I may have discovered a new stock image category. I did an image search on the top stock agencies and I didn't find many sign pics of that style that I captured that day. So the following week, I went back on a mission to capture more sign pics, this time with different backgrounds and interesting looking scenes. Here's a few examples of those pics from that stock shoot that day. I uploaded my favorites to the agencies and many of them immediately started to sell. Whew. Wow, I thought that was great. All right, so let's fast forward now 13 years and I now shoot sign pics every opportunity I get when I'm out on a stock shoot. I have approximately 850 sign images in my stock portfolio. So what types of signs do I look for and how do I shoot them? The first category of signs that I shoot are primarily road or street signs. These are fairly easy shots to capture. I look for signs from popular streets and commercial districts that are frequently visited by tourists and locals. For example, the French Quarter district in New Orleans is very, very popular. Bourbon Street is one of the most famous streets in the world. So my images from this crazy street and other parts of the French Quarter are some of my bestseller street images. These images are used for travel publications and travel related websites. My suggestion to you is to seek out those popular areas in your city and find those street signs that will attract the buyers. You can find them. It's not that difficult. The second category of signs I shoot are the welcome signs that are found on the border between states or towns, or they can be located at the entrance to the popular city districts. Welcome signs are also very popular sellers. They are easy to photograph, although sometimes you may need to stop on the side of the road on a potentially busy highway, so you should use some caution in those potentially dangerous situations. Some welcome signs and street signs may contain artwork or trademark material, so those would have to be submitted as editorial to the agencies. The majority of my sign images are of the commercial image category, but I do have many that are editorial and they are still frequent sellers. The last category of signs I capture is a catch-all miscellaneous sign category that may include a location or a landmark name or some informational type signs. Yes, believe it or not, this Jesus Saves sign that I photographed in very rural Alabama back in 2010 continues to sell to this very day. There are also other types of signs you can photograph, such as retail and restaurant signs that are also very popular and would need to be submitted as editorial. Now that I've captured the categories of signs that I like to photograph, let me also discuss my technique and the equipment that I use. Your technique is very important if you want to generate a good selling stock image. This is obvious regardless of the type of subject you're attempting to photograph, whether it be a person or a sign. Before you hit that shutter button, you need to consider several important factors. What's the background? Is it busy? Is it a distracting background? Are there background elements that will add value to the image? Are there background objects that are trademarked? You may be forced to do some post-production edits, or you can simply include them and submit the image as editorial. What's the position of the sign and your angle of view? Are you looking up at the sign, which in most instances will be the case for street signs? Are you looking down at the sign? What's the best vantage point to take the shot? Experiment with different angles and positions until you find something that you think you will like and that you think is going to sell, more importantly. What's the direction of the sun if it's a sunny day? The time of day will influence the best possible lighting for that sign. In this particular image, I was able to create a starburst effect through the tree. This image is a very popular seller in my portfolio. Are there people in the scene? If so, will they add value to the image? For travel-related images, buyers often look for images with people. Use the people to your advantage in those particular situations. All of these factors need to be considered when you're shooting these scenes with signs as your primary subject. As far as equipment, I shoot most of my stock images with the Fujifilm X-T3, and I primarily use prime lenses. My lenses include the 16mm f1.4 when I want to go wide, which is a very sharp lens. However, the majority of my shots are taken with either the 35mm f1.4 or the 56mm f1.2 portrait lens. These are 50 and 85mm equivalent if you shoot full frame. I prefer these focal lengths because I'm treating the sign as a subject, and I often want to create pleasing background bokeh. Therefore, portrait style lenses are my preferred choice, and I've even used a macro lens like the Tamron 90mm. Stock agencies often prefer a little greater depth of field, so I don't shoot wide open. If you have too narrow a field of focus, some agencies will reject the image. I generally shoot between f2.8 and f8. At the end of the day, this is a stock image. You're not out there capturing artistic images for galleries. Okay, so are you curious how much I've earned with my stock images? My 850 sign images in my portfolio have generated, believe it or not, over $10,000 in income. Thank you to those signs. So what are your thoughts? If you haven't photographed signs for your stock portfolio, are you now considering shooting some signs? I'm certain you have plenty of opportunities to capture sign images no matter where you live. If you are interested in earning a little more income with your stock portfolio, look for some signs. I guarantee you won't regret it. Okay, this wraps up my video. Thanks for viewing, and if you liked it, please hit that thumbs up. I have other videos on stock photography, so check them out for more valuable tips. And please hit that subscribe button as well if you find value in my videos. So go out and have fun photographing those signs. By the way, here are a few more shots of signs I've captured over the years. Catch you later.